Okay, so just to introduce ourselves, we're three members of staff that work for Yorkshire Mesmac and support LGBTQ young people. And today we're discussing different types of questions we've received from the young people we work with and what answers we've provided.
Hi, my name's Verity. I'm a community development worker and I work for the Bradford area and work on the Living Well projects and the mental health projects.
I'm Lily. I work in Hull and Youth Activation Team.
And I'm Lily and I'm the volunteer and community development worker for York and Scarborough.
Okay, so we've been getting some questions coming through from young people, and one of the questions we've been getting through is, how will young people feel about coming out of lockdown? Many are finding it staying in and not having to socialise quite easy, but this is not the natural way of life. So what's going to be happening for these young people after that?
So what I've described and sort of had a chat with my young people is to have a grateful and hopeful jar. So this is writing down stuff that you're really grateful for at the moment. So things like this, like Zoom, and possibly the support that they're getting from other organisations, but also have a hopeful jar as well to sort of write down what it is they're looking forward to when lockdown is ended. Each day write down these ideas and things and discuss future plans with friends and family and loved ones. Discuss things with colleges and schools as well about courses that are going to be set up and everything when young people start going back to school and college in September.
Okay, another one of our questions as well is, what if you are dealing with stress and anxiety during lockdown at the moment?
I think we can all relate to this question in some sort of level. The biggest thing for me is to try and keep a routine, eat well and sleep as much as possible, into a routine. The temptation is to stay up late playing games and playing on the computers and stuff. So old-fashioned computers and things. But it is trying to get into that routine, especially if you've got schoolwork. I've got two little kids, so we do a bit of schoolwork on a morning and then their free time on an afternoon. So having that routine really, really helps with the stress and anxiety for us. And look for support. In York and North Yorkshire, Mesmac have various support groups, especially for young people 14 to 25 and an 18 plus one. So if you have a look at our website and everything, you'll be able to find some support out there for them. Is that okay? Cool. So one of the questions I've had is, living somewhere during lockdown that is trans, bi, homophobic environment can cause feelings that your identity is invalid if you're part of the LGBT community. How would you cope with that?
Well, sort of going off what you were saying, online support groups are really, really good for this. So you could join one specific for LGBTQ plus people, and it's just a really good space to sort of share your stories and experiences in a safe environment and feel a little bit more valid and supported. Yorkshire Mesmac, like you were saying, Lily, have some, but there's also the Proud Trust website, and they have a list of all the national services for young LGBT people across the UK. And also practicing self-validation as well is a really good one. Just saying sort of something like, I am enough in a mirror, just repeating it and getting it into your head. And then eventually you'll start to believe it as well.
That I really like that. That's hard work to do. I've tried it myself and it is hard, but it does work. It does work. It's a learned behaviour, but it does work. So what would you do if you're being abused at home because you are an LGBT young person?
So the most important thing is, if you are in immediate danger, call 999. That is the sort of starting point. If you're not in immediate danger, there are a lot of helplines out there that can support you. So there's something general like Childline, they deal with all sorts of abuse. Or there are more specific organisations like Gallup, so they support LGBTQ plus people in domestic abusive situations. Or if you don't feel like you can reach out and access a sort of support line or a helpline, talk to somebody that you trust. Or if you don't have anybody that you trust, a support group or a Yorkshire Mesmac worker will be able to point you in the right direction. You don't have to put up with it.
Absolutely, you don't have to put up with it. Lovely, thank you.
Thanks. So we've got one which is, if you're struggling while some gender support services are closed, what do you do then?
I think the main thing as well at the moment is just not to feel alone, even though it is frustrating and upsetting. There is still support out there for you as well. There's self-referral to Yorkshire Mesmac's counselling service if you're over 16, and that's anything to do with sexuality and gender. There's also the gender outreach workers if you're over the age of 18, through the Leeds Gender Outreach Service. And also there's lots of online support services and groups as well that you can have a look at. There's some in the local area, so Transmission Trans Leeds, We've also got mermaids who work with anyone under 19 that's looking at gender questioning, gender variant, things like that. And again, just reach out, have a look, see what's online, see what's happening. If you have got any issues, you can always contact ourselves and we can signpost to the relevant people for you and look at best supporting. But again, just don't be alone at the moment. Just keep talking.
Absolutely, that's really, really good advice. So we've got another one that's quite specific for you, Verity. So what's happening for young LGBTQ plus people in Bradford at the moment?
Okay, so we've got our Blaggy Youth Service and our youth group still running. So that's for anyone who identifies as questioning LGBTQ within the ages of 14 to 25 in the Bradford and surrounding areas. We're also running self-esteem and awareness courses for young anyone who identifies as male or male questioning. So that's for the ages of 16 to 20. You just need to get in contact with us or go on our website or have a look on our Facebook, Men's Total Health. And again, just reach out, get in touch with us, see what's happening. And if it's not in our area, we can also signpost to other areas as well and have a look on MESMAC's website.
Brilliant, thank you. So I think that's all the questions that we've got today. We have only covered a few, so if you've got anything that you want to ask that we haven't covered today, feel free to leave us a comment on the video or you can get in touch with us. The Yorkshire MESMAC website has everybody's contact details, so whatever area you're in, there should be somewhere that can support you. We're also around to answer any general sexual health advice or queries. But yeah, so thank you for listening to us and we hope you found something that benefits you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.